Welcome to Stoughton Media Access Cable and the Community Forum Show. Today I have the pleasure of bringing to you the cast of Legally Blonde, and they are going to be produced by the Little Theater of Stoughton. So welcome, Jan. You are the matriarch of the show. Would that be correct?
I guess that is absolutely correct, and thank you, Steve, for having us again. And we really appreciate this time that we can show the community what we're up to and what we're doing and what we're planning. So this is going to be an exciting show, and I hope that everyone will take a pencil, take your calendar, and mark on it. This is now important. It's June 12th, which is a Thursday night, different for us, and June 13th, which is a Friday night, and that's going to start at 8 o'clock, Stetson Hall, and Thursday night is at 7:30, and we don't have a Saturday show, but we do have two on Sunday at 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock. So kind of confusing, but not too bad. Look in the penny saver, you'll see the ad all written out for you, and you'll see it here on the screen as well. So thanks again, Steve, and we have a lot of wonderful people here to tell you all about it.
All right, and so let me test my memory. Let's see. We've got Kristen on the end. We've got Christina, Caitlin, Kelly, Lizzie, oh wow, and Tim, right? So why don't we start with the ladies in the back first, just because I haven't done that before. So Caitlin, tell us about the show.
The show is Legally Blonde. I'm playing a character whose name is Enid Hoops, who's this major feminist and has worked her whole life to be this different individual and ends up going to Harvard because that's the next step. And everything's sort of thrown off course when Elle Woods, played by Christina, shows up and is different than everything that she has expected, because Elle is this pretty girl who shows up into all of her classes and hasn't had to fight her way to be this person, which really throws off Enid. Enid ends up working with Elle and the rest of her schoolmates to tell the rest of the story, and they end up getting along and helping each other out and kind of like saving the day.
Wow, and this is like a really, not a dark comedy, this is a fun, glitzy...
Feel good, leave happy, not campy, but that positive, joyful, bubbly, sparkly musical.
Wonderful, and I know, by the way, we are going to have some clips that we can show you some previews. So, and I will introduce Tim, the director of the show, to start that off. But before we do, let's go back to Lizzie. Lizzie, what are you doing in the show?
I am in the Delta Nu Ensemble, and I'm also in the Greek chorus. And it's fun. It's different, this kind of ensemble, because it's, other than being in the ensemble in different shows, this ensemble has all these different characters. You actually feel like you have like an actual character, and yeah. So it's really
a little more difficult than the children's ones, right? This is a slightly older cast, is that right?
It's 13 and up.
13 and up. And are the dance numbers easier or harder?
They're a lot harder than the other ones, so it's really different.
Yeah. And how many people are in the ensemble section with you, let's say?
I don't know.
Like 20 or 10?
Six for the Delta Nu.
I like that, everybody's helping.
But like
six.
everyone,
Six.
for the general ensemble, there are a lot of people in the ensemble. But for Delta Nu, it's 6.
Very good. And you're excited? Okay, you're going to tell all your friends?
Yeah.
One of those come on down deals? Yeah? Okay. So let me go to Tim. Tim, this is your first musical that you've directed solely as the director, not an assistant director.
Yep.
So tell us about the show.
It's a great show that I've had the pleasure of working with an extremely talented cast to put on. The show is really coming into shape and really is looking probably one of the best shows I've worked on in a while. It's good.
Yep. And Kelly, is he like a slave driver? Is he really hard to work with? Or?
I think he is getting a lot better at, telling people exactly what needs to be done instead of just be like, well, this should be changed. So he's getting a lot more like, stop that, we're going to do this again. Kelly, you didn't move your head up and down at the same time as everybody else. Christina, you turned over your left shoulder instead of your right shoulder. So I think, he's doing a really great job, and I think you're learning a lot, right?
Definitely.
Exactly.
Wow. So as the first time where you find it a challenge then to be sort of someone that has to tell everybody.
Yeah, it was definitely hard at first. When I have been assistant director or student director, I didn't have to be as not mean, but
Authoritative.
authoritative, yeah. And
Like
now,
the vice principal.
yeah, exactly. So now it's really like, if you don't do it, no one does, and the show doesn't get to how we want it to be.
So this is the kind of a group where you have to be more stern than usual. Then
Yeah.
I take it, right? All right. Let me swing over before I do that. Kelly, what are you doing in the show?
I am playing a character called Serena, and she is one of Elle's best friends, and she is a cheerleader and spirit leader? Cheer team leader. I don't know.
Yeah, a cheer team leader.
And it's it's a really fun role where she's like a little bit ditzy, a little bit very typical sorority girl cheerleader, which is kind of a little different for me.
You know what? It sounds to me like you guys have all studied the cast and the characters. It's like you know who that is. Like Caitlin and yourself, you seem to identify exactly what you're supposed to be portraying.
Yeah, I think the whole cast did a really good job. This musical came out probably right when a lot of us were, in high school, the beginning of college. So it's like right around, we're all around that same age, and we've seen the musical, and it's on the whole MTV version that they did live is on YouTube, and I've seen it like 100 times, to try to get the character down, and I think a lot of other people have done kind of the same thing.
Right.
So.
Now, is someone doing like choreography for you guys, or are you doing it yourselves?
We have a choreographer for our show, Erica Frank, who this is her first time working with LTOS, I think.
Yep, this is her first time working with LTOS, but she is a Stoughton native. And
Wait. LTOS?
Little Theater of Stoughton.
Little Theater of Stoughton,
Yes.
for those of you who are in the
Yes,
audience.
sorry.
LTOS, yes.
But she is a Stoughton native. She grew up in Stoughton, and she has been working in New York for a few years, and she was a professional dancer, and now she is opening up a performing arts studio in town starting in September. And I think she actually has some stuff going on over the summer, and she's been really great, and I think she gets the style of the show really well, and it's gonna be really good, and everyone should check out. I think it's what's it called, the Performing Arts Connection. So everyone should check that out too, because it's going to be great.
All right. So maybe, Jan, you could tell me, what else besides choreography do you need? You have a director, you have choreography.
You have a director, you have a music director, you have a choreographer, you have a costumer, you have all the people behind the scenes to take care of the set, and a lot of people fulfill dual roles. And I understand a lot of the set building has been done in Tim's garage and wherever it can be done. In the past, it's been done in my dining room. Okay. So you can do whatever you need to do. Community theater is like that. It's everybody joins in, and it is the community that puts this show on. So you have a community here. This is our 57th season of nonstop performing live for the community. So that's quite an achievement in itself.
Right.
And we're really proud of that fact. So you have, besides the actors, you have all of the other supporting staff that needs to happen to make this come to fruition, along with putting together a concession stand. Now that doesn't sound like okay, but it really is a major part of our show.
Well, that's a good segue. Let me take that and run over to Kristen.
Great.
And Kristen, you run the concession stand.
We do.
And tell us a little bit about that and why do you do that?
So we can make money.
Don't you like the easy answer? Huh? That's right on. So we can make money. Why do you want to help so badly? Why? I'm sure the paychecks you get are enormous.
Oh, definitely.
Yes, but
yes.
given that
double them all the time.
they're rarely past the zero, why is it that? What's your love of theater? Tell me.
I got involved because my son got involved in theater, and I just wanted to find a way to help out, and that was an easy thing for me to do since I'm not very handy at nailing or anything else like that. So this is my my way of helping.
Now, earlier the cast was telling me that you can sing really
Oh,
well.
yes.
Would you like to?
No, thank you.
No?
Everybody will leave.
Okay. So you have a nice concession stand. It's a cash only.
Cash only.
Right.
We sell soda, water, chips, snacks, cotton candy.
Yeah? So all the kind of the normal stuff, the normal
show
fare.
stuff.
Show
right,
stuff.
Right. And we usually do like a 50-50 raffle as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that usually works out pretty well for us.
And where's the show going to be again?
It's at Stetson Hall in Randolph.
The Stetson Hall over in Randolph on Route 28?
28,
On Route
yeah.
28.
And you might want to talk about the contributions made to concessions, which we tried to get a lot of people to volunteer to donate things.
They usually
And a
ask
lot
the
of
cast help out with, providing a case of water or
Yeah.
Box of
things
candy
like that to
bars,
help.
something.
to help out, and all the money goes right back into the theater, so it's very helpful to have
So
concessions.
anybody in the audience that would like to go to BJ's and pick up some
Yeah,
stuff
that
and
would
bring
be
it
great.
down,
We'd love it.
right? That would be great.
And the other thing that the money goes to, which we don't often advertise, is it goes to a cast party for the cast. So that's usually done.
Cast party. Now that's what we're
Correct.
talking. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. And that will be after the show?
It's sometimes after the show, sometimes in between the shows. When there's 2 shows on Sunday, in this particular case, I think that's probably when the cast party will be.
Yeah. I think it's always good when you work hard to have a little celebration, kind of bring everybody
You have
together
to.
too.
Because sometimes we go to a local restaurant after one of the shows, but not everyone can make it, especially when you have a diverse cast with children and older people, that sometimes not everyone gets together. But it's so good to be able to say, well, did you know what happened in that scene, and know what happened in this scene, and the scenery fell down here, and the stairs broke over here.
Yes, okay. Which has happened, has been known to happen. So let me switch. Switch to the 2 Christinas. We haven't got to you guys. So let me start out with you, Christina. What are you going to do in the show?
I'm several different cameo roles, I guess you could call them. I'm Elle's mom, who's
Wow.
very much the trophy wife, doesn't have anything better to do than golf and drink, kind of person.
And how are you liking that?
Oh, it's a fun role. It's a good role.
Yeah.
I'm a Harvard law student, just kind of bookish and shy, I guess, and then the judge at the end. So,
Wow. So
And
3
the store
different.
manager.
oh yes, I am the store manager as well.
So 4 different roles. And,
Yes.
and what about costumes for 4 different roles?
I have a lot of costume changes.
Yes?
Yeah.
So tell me, how hard is it to do a costume change? Is it something that you get used to doing in a minute, or does it take 3 people to help you to do it in 3 minutes, or what
It
happens?
depends on the costume itself and how long you have and what other things you're wearing. Like, obviously, Christina will have a wig and several costume changes that are lightning quick, and she'll need a few helpers, and it really depends on what your role is and how long a time frame you have. And it's basically choreography in its own sometimes.
Wow.
Of, okay, I'm going to pull this up over my head while I'm stepping into this and getting something else on over. And you kind of plan it that way, so.
Now, why do you do this, Christina? I mean, there's so many things. You could go golfing. You could do any number of things. In the band, you could do.
I've always had a theater bug. I've
It's a
just
theater
always
bug.
been, bitten by the theater bug, I
Uh-huh.
guess you could say.
So they should write a musical called "Bitten by the Theater Bug." Don't you think?
There might, yeah, that would be good.
Could
Yeah.
be one.
So you really like that, and
Yeah.
that's what draws you to, and the nice kind of people that pull together around this, right? So you're going to be the star of the show, Christina.
I am. I'm playing Elle Woods, which the story centers around. And her story is it's so heartwarming because she goes from a girl that, it's just about looks and about appearance, and she expects to get engaged to her true love, Warner, and her world gets flipped upside down when he decides that he wants to go a more serious route, become a lawyer, and she doesn't fit that part to be his wife. So she makes it her goal to do the same. She follows him to Harvard, she works hard, And she realizes during her time there that she has the ability to do whatever she puts her mind to. And she realizes that, you know, it's not the outside that really matters. It really matters is what is on the inside and what you can achieve and what you think that you can do. And she really just puts her mind to it and her heart in everything she does, and she achieves what she sets out to, which in the end is finding love, but she also, you know, does a lot along the way.
So it sounds like a story of transformation then.
Definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
Good. All right. Tim, you have a couple of clips that we could show. Maybe we could start one off and we'll cue into Roy. Which one do you think you'd like to start?
We will start with Oh My God, You Guys. This is a video of our rehearsal last night.
So Roy, do we have time to do that? Put that up? All right. We'll give a little countdown for Roy. Let's see if we can get him. 5, 4. Look at that. He can do it without it. There you guys are. And what a nice show. So Tim, tell me, how did you set that up? What were the challenges in setting that one up?
This song specifically?
Yeah.
Well, one of our biggest challenges with this show is the set. We've had how many set designs? 4 or 5 maybe set designs that we keep needing to change every week or so with new problems that occur. So I guess finding the set and then redoing some of the blocking to fit our new set X amount of times was one of the biggest challenges we've had.
I think that one of the hardest parts about the show in conjunction with that is that there's so many different places, but It's not even like you have blackouts where you can change the sets. A lot of places occur during a song. So like we'll go to 3 or 4 different places during one song where there's no way you can put a blackout and change the set. So we have to almost choreograph along with the number a set change to go along with it.
Like movement at the same time.
And we've been using the same guy who did our set for Beauty and the Beast is doing most of our set this time, and he came up with these things called periodactoids, which are 3-sided triangle things that rotate, and so we can just turn them, and they're going to make almost all of our different sets. So that's kind of finally what we decided on, and it's going to work, and it fits on the stage, and hopefully it'll be easy to just turn them to the new set, and we're going to hopefully see that works well.
And who's that person so they get credit for the work they do?
His name is Nick, and his last name is escaping me right now, but he works for Jaduk Scene Shop.
All right. And so he's helping you do that. And you mentioned blocking, so for the audience?
Yes. So blocking is basically where each actor stands on stage and how they move throughout the scene. So they're not just standing there. They need to, if like Kelly is talking to Christina and then moves and talks to Enid, played by Caitlin, she needs to move from one to the other. She can't stand in the same place and just go back and forth. So
do you see yourself, like, when you watch that, are you having, like, heart palpitations going, oh, we missed?
I said a few things watching that video.
Yeah?
I turned to Kelly and was like, oh, like we need to do this, like some things need to be fixed. But
You might want to talk about what was missing.
Yes. Oh, yes. At a part in that video where the girl who plays Margot, Mallory, was talking to something on the floor. That is a dog. His name is Coda. We have him. He came on Sunday to rehearse with us and is the cutest little thing in the world. And very well trained dog, barks on command. So we have an awesome dog in the show.
How did you arrange to get a dog that barks on command?
Strangely enough, when we posted our auditions on a theater website, and I got an email saying, are you holding auditions for the role of Bruiser, which is the dog?
Wow.
I read it and thought it was a joke. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and emailed her back. I was like, yeah, I mean, of course. So she sent along a video, and from there we just had him come in, and he was great.
It's amazing how social media has changed everything,
Yeah,
right?
it's-
So you posted a video. With what intent did you post that video?
Well, it wasn't a video. It was a listing for auditions.
Okay.
So it alerts people that the Little Theater of Stoughton is putting on Legally Blonde and is going to hold auditions on this date and this date, and then the actors can email me and I give them an audition appointment, and that's how they get involved with the show.
So that seems like a big deal that we've sort of bumped right over in discussing the show. So tell me, let me switch to you guys. What was it like to audition for the show?
Well, the posting on the website is actually how I found the audition. This is my first show with Little Theater of Stoughton. I knew about it, but I've just never auditioned for it, and I saw the posting and emailed him, and we set up a time. But yeah, I mean, the audition process is pretty standard. We came in and sang a song. They held callbacks, which is when the director and a few other people bring back people that they want to see, read the part or sing a song just to see how they would fit in a part. So we went through that. We had a dance portion of that so that Erica, the choreographer, could see, how well we moved, how well we picked up choreography, and then we got our parts.
Who else made that decision about who gets the part?
Well, it was mainly Tim, I know, but we had some casting directors as well to help him bounce ideas off of.
So you had yourself and some casting directors?
Yes, one of which is in the control room, Gina Ko.
Yeah.
Helped me out with casting.
So,
Hello.
so a little shout out, thank you, Gina. She's out there hiding and doing a great job helping Roy produce the show.
Yeah, along with choreographer Erica and another casting director, Carrie Ann Dufresne. Is that pronounced her last name? Dufresne helped out. So
Wow.
the four of us got together and casted the show.
And how long is that process? Is it like a week long, or do you do it in 3 nights? Or?
Well, we held auditions 2 nights. a Thursday and a Friday, and then I sent out callback info that Saturday, and then callbacks on Sunday, and then it takes a while to cast the show, and then once it's casted, it takes a while to make sure that's the right cast, and then starting, I think it was the following Tuesdays when I started to send out emails alerting the actors of what roles they received.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so Kelly, how long have you been rehearsing the show?
I think the auditions were at the very end of March, and then we started in April. And we did I think two rehearsals a week for like April, and then since May we added in a third rehearsal, and now this coming up we started 4 rehearsals a week.
Every week? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because
So-
it's just a lot to put together.
Well, so you're doing these at night or on weekends?
We do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights, and Sunday afternoons.
So it's quite a commitment that you guys have, huh? Really, that's something. So what I'd like to do is cue up another video. Let's have another peek, and then when we come back from it, maybe we can sort of have you guys set up what it was. So we'll anticipate the video.
Do you
and
want
then
any
tell me.
particular one?
The next one I think we have is positive.
Positive, yeah. So that would be the.
You're not losing him to that. Both her hair and shoes are flat. And why is she so rude? Like those yours makes no big thing. You were meant to wear misery. Here in the midtime to bring a happy attitude. Keep it positive. As you slap her to the floor. Keep it positive. As you pull her hair and color her. You and she will bring the night. You know we're positive. Violence is never wise. Not the way to win back guys. Anyway, she's twice my size. Got a plan B. Cross out the left things and you want one. Keep it positive. Yeah, keep it positive. You will raise appetite. You and me will reunite. You know we're positive. We're positive. We're positive. You're making me sick.
There we go. We came right back up. Well, I noticed watching it. It was my first time seeing it.
She don't know the real him. You can feel him. Don't let her steal him. Wake him up like sleeping beauty. Turn his head with the red hot booty. You bring the noise, we bring the fun. What's in the time to shake your drum? Shake, 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 shake. Woo! This is Harvard, not a stripper bar. All this trash and carrying on. That's the reason that he's gone. I'm the salon. I'm positive. I try not to get upset, but I'm positive that it's time for me to go brunette. What? Being blonde and being hot, that got me exactly what I've gotta show him. I got more to give. I'm positive. I'm positive. I'm positive.
Really good.
Well, we rent it.
All right, we're back. I was just commenting to the cast whether this was the actual place that you'll be doing the musical, and they tell me it is, and you have some expenses related to that.
Yes, we do. We rent it, and they've been very, very nice to us. And unfortunately, this particular show, we ran into a glitch. We rented and secured the facility, when? 6 months ago?
September of last year.
So everything was all set. It was perfect. And then we discovered and were told that unfortunately Stetson Hall had double booked for Saturday night.
On the night of the show? Saturday?
On the night of the show.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's why we don't have a performance on Saturday night. It's Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, 2 on Sunday.
Well, you need a rest in between.
So
It's okay.
it's okay, but Saturday night is really a nice night to perform for the
Yeah.
community. But I'm sure that our followers will be happy to make the adjustment and come right in and take care of them.
So what about the cost? What does it cost to come take part or to come see the show?
For this particular show, we have Kelly.
Yep. Tickets for adults are $15. Students, so like high school, college students, $12. Children 12 and under are $10, as well as seniors. And I do just want to put a disclaimer that there is some adult material in this show, so if you're under 12, it may not be appropriate for you, but your parents can watch the movie and decide that. But I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there that there is a little bit of adult language and material in it.
It is a college-aged show. The language and stuff is based on college students, so
Right.
just keep that in mind when you're a parent.
But most
So-
of the kids have seen the movie
Yes.
anyway, so I would say 6, 7, and 8, you might want to double think bringing your youngsters to see
Yeah.
it. But 12, 11, 12, 13 and up, it depends if your child is a little bit more sophisticated and worldly. So it's a parental choice.
If parents want to check, like Kelly said earlier, the entire musical is on YouTube. If you just search MTV Legally Blonde, the entire musical is on YouTube.
Which is a good idea.
Yeah.
To just if you want to make sure, and if your children have been protected from any kind of language issues, but it's relatively mild compared to what you find on television
Yes.
anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sure it is, yeah. So what I am impressed with is that not only are you guys having auditions, I mean, it's not just everybody can come and join, but you have to have a skill. But then we find you guys pre-taping your sets and then critiquing them. So what would be a critique of the one we just saw? Like, what did you see that you say, when we go back, we're going to do this differently? So, Lizzie, what did you see? Did you see some things that you'd like to say to the cast? We got to do this better.
Like in positive, some of us were like, for me at least, I was turning the wrong way for part of it. I was a little behind on some of it, so I have to like really practice the choreography to make sure that I'm like on the beat when we're supposed to be doing each step.
So a little more crisp.
Yeah.
And so does it help you to see that rather than just like to keep going without ever seeing yourself, but seeing it taped, now that brings it home where the improvement can be made?
Yeah, because like when I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, I'm doing all this right. And I watch it, I'm like, no.
I'm doing it right? No.
It's like Dancing with the Stars.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I'm glad you said that, Jan. So what I'd like to do is kind of catch your inspiration. So maybe Caitlin, what's your inspiration in doing this?
I do this because I work with students. I've worked with students of all ages, shapes, sizes, colors, etc. since I was 13.
Okay.
And theater helped me find my way. It gave me friends. It gave me a life. I mean, right now I work at Boston Higashi School as an overnight residential caregiver.
Okay.
So I work 10 to 12-hour days.
Yeah.
And knowing that I can give a little bit of happiness to them and then find a little bit of happiness for myself. I do this because I get to perform on stage and I direct and I'm in shows and I get to give the audience something to go away, because sometimes it's the audience's first show and sometimes it's the audience's last show, but they get to take something that we give them, that only we can give them in that moment, that our cast of 25, that sounds about right?
26.
Cast of 20, Okay, our cast of 26, plus Tim and Erica and the entire production team and the board, get to give this special thing. And so I find inspiration in every show of the people I work with. And so for like people like Christina and Kelly and Tim and Lizzie and like everyone who's involved, I find that to be really inspirational to me, and that's why I keep coming back to meet those people and to give that gift.
So it's actually you're giving but also getting?
Yes, as like Christmas.
It's like Christmas.
All year long.
How about you, Christina? What do you find is your inspiration, say, for acting in the show?
Oh God, a little bit of everything. I really just enjoy being there and being around people, and I really love the interactions, and like sometimes somebody else will step in for a role and you find yourself playing it in a completely different way because you're feeding off of that person instead of the normal person that you're with.
Yeah.
So that can change up things, and just, yeah, I don't know.
Right? Christina, let me ask you, who's your favorite actress?
Like ever?
Ever?
Oh, goodness. Gotta go with Meryl Streep. I think Meryl is so talented. She is able to do so many different parts. She transforms into every single one of her characters, and I just think she's fabulous.
So give me one thing that you've picked up from Meryl Streep that you're going to use in the show.
Well, I think that I know in some of the films that I've seen her in, when she is in a costume, she becomes that character, and I can definitely relate to that. When I put on that blonde wig, I feel more like Elle Woods just because of the blonde, because the blonde hair makes her who she is. She identifies that, and she sees it as such a strength, and she uses it to her advantage, which I love. And so I think that relating to Meryl Streep, when you put on that costume and you really become that character. So.
Excellent, excellent. So, Kelly, I want to ask you a different question, if you would.
Sure.
So, how does all this relate to personal leadership?
I think that, going back, like theater in general is great for everyone from kids all the way through adults. It gives you confidence. It gives you, the belief in yourself that you can get on stage and do something. I mean, a lot of people will look at you and be like, I could never get on stage and, sing or dance. I'm like, yeah, you can. You can. Anybody can do it. That's like what it teaches you. You get over your fears. It helps with public speaking. It's, good for, cognizant thoughts. It's just like really great. And, especially like Tim, when you like step into a director's role, I mean, it's like everything's on you. I mean, you have to make sure that everything comes together, and it's like so many different things, like lights, sound, set, blocking. Like, we're working with a dog. What if the dog doesn't bark? Like,
What if the dog does what dogs do?
Well,
Yes.
when we were at Stoughton Hall, the first time we were working with the dog, he ran onto the stage, then he looked out. Now that stage is pretty high. He looked out at the audience and just ran and jumped off the stage, this little tiny dog. And we actually have a video of it, not here, but somebody was taping the interaction and actually caught this dog just like leaping, flying off the stage. Like, what happens if the dog flies off the stage and jumps into the audience? It's like,
You
it's,
have a catcher.
Yep, we
Yes,
actually have
we
designated
actually
somebody
have,
now
yeah.
after that first instance that is going to be the official dog catcher. So if the dog runs away at any point, then that person is going to go get the dog. But it's like things like that. It's, it's all helps with leadership. I mean, leadership, delegation, like you learn so much.
Mm-hmm. So it's really been a well-rounded experience for you.
Yes.
Wonderful. So I have a really tough question for Jan. So Jan, I want to know, who's the hottest male actor today?
I guess Brad Pitt.
Woo,
So
good
Brad
choice.
Pitt. All right. So now we're going to use that as a, a diving up and over for Lizzie. So Lizzie, what does Brad Pitt do when he acts that you think you could emulate, that you would be able to say, when I'm out there, this is the kind of thing I want to project? No, so Brad Pitt's not your favorite then? No?
Do you know who Brad Pitt is?
Okay, thank God.
Yeah?
Well, she might want to choose one of her own.
Okay, so
Favorites.
is there a more hot actor than Brad Pitt?
I don't like have like one actor that I like build off of. Like when I watch movies or like TV shows, like I see like I take in from all these different actors and the different ways that they can like tell a story, and you see like their face expressions, the way that they say things is basically what makes them their character and makes it so believable. So like I try to like
Try to pull off of, you know, the whole scene, if you would, and then see how they place themselves in it. Yeah. So Tim, let me ask you, as a director, what's your favorite scene, movies, plays, anything you've seen?
Favorite scene. I would say my favorite scene I've ever seen is one from Next to Normal, which is when the mother kind of leaves the family, because I think that's the most gut-wrenching scene that I've ever seen, and that's kind of what motivates me, is how that can really touch an audience member. And that's kind of what I want to do, is get into their heads and really put on this show and make the audience believe.
Okay, so that's quite a good goal, right? To make the audience believe through the show.
Well, that's a director. I think that's kind of the philosophy of a good director, because if you can portray as a cast member who you are in that particular role, and the audience believes who you are, then they identify with you, and then they accept you, and then they take that away with them. That's who they were, not particularly Jan Jones or Tim or whoever playing that role.
Yeah.
They take away the character in the show.
You know a good actor when you've been around them, you've been friends with them for years, and you watch them in a show and you don't realize it's them. Like, all of a sudden, they're no longer Kelly McGrath. They are this person. And you're like, damn.
So you fell right into that,
Yeah,
if you would, right?
exactly.
All right. Well, I want to do another clip before we do the credits, but I don't think we'll have time for the 9-minute one. So which one can we do?
Can we skip to Bend and Snap?
So we'll check with Gina, and we'll give her a countdown. Let's see how quick they are. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Egg on my face. No, they didn't.
Here it comes.
Look at my ass, look at my thighs. I'm talking to the guy. They chase my tail, they do the pants. But I touch this button, they can't. All boys are holding place. Got my fingers and they obey. While I call me run all day. Punch me while I walk away. Be a hot, hot and steady. And when you got a sweaty spring, big sheer and cloud. Real tight and can't be bent. Yes, I can't stand. Don't worry, jump around and scream. The sexier you seem.
And we're back live, so you get to see another piece of the show and how wonderful it's going to be.
Kelly can tell us about that.
Yeah? So Kelly, please do.
Well, in this scene, a lot of people know the iconic bend and snap movement from the movie. And basically, they're in the hair salon with Elle Woods and Paulette, who is the owner of the hair salon. And basically, she is really insecure, doesn't think that, you know, guys like her, and just insecure in her whole being. And basically, the Greek chorus, who me and Lizzie are both a part of, we hear her being insecure and we see her doing a bend and snap like move, and we appear in her mind and in Elle's mind, and are basically like, you have the confidence, you have all the goods, you just need to basically, you know, portray it, you know, like, you know, fake it till you make it. And we sing this whole song trying to get the confidence in Paulette, and by the end of the song, she, you know, has all these guys, you know, appear and are like, damn, you know, like, because she has kind of, you know, gotten into like, okay, you know, I understand, I get it, you know, I am, you know, like worthy, and I am this awesome person, and I'm just going to, you know, be that person. And, you know, she kind of, Sarah's amazing in that role, and she kind of belts her face off at the end of the song, and it's great.
So she really projects. And
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
so it's kind of like life's lessons. What's really coming through is that you guys are really feeling life's lessons.
Yeah,
as it
it's
comes.
very much a show about being who you are and just owning it. Is really what the whole show is about, whether you're legally blonde or whether you're the shy girl or whatever, or the feminist. You just have to own it and be who you are.
Wow, that's great. So I wanted to ask Gina and Roy to queue up the credits if we could. And while they're doing that, I just want to take this moment to thank our group here. We've got Leo McGowan, he's over at the cameras. He does a fabulous job.
Thank you, Leo.
Thank
And-
you.
Yeah, thanks, Leo. And Mike Hammond, who's the executive director, and he's out helping out, and he was jumping up and down when Christina told us Meryl Streep, by the way, he really liked that. So apparently he's
Thank you,
also a
Mike.
fan. We've got Gina Coe out in the back. She's also directing with
Gina.
Roy Cohen, and Dave Young helped us set up. So it's very nice that we have such a wonderful crew to help out. So if we can have the credits, and here they are. So the show is called Legally Blonde. I don't know why it's not Illegally Blonde. It could be that. But it's at Stetson Hall, 6 South Main Street over in Randolph on Route 28. Thursday, June 12th. So it's a night show at 7:30 p.m. Friday, June 13th, it's just a half hour later at 8 p.m. Sunday, June 15th, there'll be 2 shows, a 2 p.m. and a 7 p.m. We really would like you to come down and get excited. You'll find the show to be full of life, very vibrant. For tickets, call 339-235-8683. You can also go online to the littletheaterofstoughton.org, so www.littletheaterofstoughton.org. Kids Day 2014, Wet, Wild, and Wonderful at the Stoughton High School, June 28th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So there'll be a carnival and fireworks, and that is also on July 3rd, 5 to 10 p.m. And July 4th, there's a parade. The times will be announced later. So we have 2 different days here, Kids Day and then a Carnival Day. The phone number for community events is at 781-436-0323. And you can also go to stoughtoncommunityevents.org. Comedy Meets Rock and Roll presents comedian Steve Sweeney, music by Rocksteady, Michelle Romero, Joe Kidd. That's Saturday, June 21st, 2014. I don't think we'd be doing it for 2015. So Saturday, June 21st, 7 to 10 p.m., and that's at the Stoughton High School Auditorium. Boy, there's a lot of nice things going on in Stoughton. General admission, $20 per person, and this will benefit the special education department, so what a great thing to do. Advance tickets, call ACE Ticket at 800-697-3287. For show info and local ticket sales, 774-259-9809. And We Are United group will have concessions. So we also have Kristen for our show for concessions, but this is the United group will have the concessions for this particular event. The crew would like to thank Maxie's Delicatessen at 117 Sharon Street in Stoughton, 781-341-1662. And the American Cancer Society is looking for volunteers to drive cancer patients to and from treatments. 1-800-ACS-6662, www.cancer.org. Ilsa Mark's Food Pantry and St. Anthony's Free Market, 2 Park Avenue in Stoughton. For more information, call the lovely Christine Gallagher, 781-341-0611 or 781-341-0549. And Meals on Wheels, ask for Jessica, 781-344-8882, extension 2. Call to get a meal or to help out with the meals. And the Stoughton Penny Saver is one of our supporters. Their slogan, "Our business is advertising your business," does a great job here in Stoughton. They're located at 27 Rose Glen Street, and the phone number is 781-344-4833. The International Forum Show. Roy Cohen has sort of developed this with his crew, and they interview guests with local roots throughout the world via Skype. That's Sundays at 8:30 p.m. Also can be seen Monday at 11, Wednesday 9 a.m., and Thursday 9:30. Saturdays also at 12 noon. Comcast Channel 9, Verizon Channel 28. And that's international.forum@yahoo.com. 781-760-6991 if you'd like to recommend a show or make a comment. The Stoughton Farmers Market. This is a great event for Stoughton. We're going to help rebuild Stoughton Center with the Farmers Market, which is being hosted by the First Parish Universalist Church. They're very kind to have given their space at 790 Washington Street, Stoughton Center. Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is a nonprofit, volunteer-run organization. It starts June 14th and runs all the way through October 25th, every Saturday, 10 to 2, rain or shine. We have Lane Gardens Farm and O'Brien's Bakery, Fresh Catch Seafood, and many, many more vendors, along with live music. And again, it's every Saturday. Stop by with your family, grab some fresh vegetables, and it'll be a wonderful time. Community Forum, the show times for this show, Stoughton, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 6 p.m., Monday at 8 p.m., Tuesday at 5. Comcast Channel 9, Verizon Channel 28. Comments and suggestions, please call us. Please give us advice, communityforum1@yahoo.com. Let us know if we're doing things the way you'd like to have them done. Community Forum showtimes in Easton, Monday at 9 p.m., Tuesday at 8 a.m., Wednesday 3 p.m., Saturday at 10 a.m. That's Comcast Channel 9, and on this one it's Verizon Channel 22. Again, any comments that you have, please email us, communityforum1@yahoo.com. All right, we're back. I'm back with the cast for the Little Theater of Stoughton for Legally Blonde, which is going to be on June 12th,
13th, and 15th.
and 15th.
And we want to thank you very much for having us, because this is a wonderful opportunity for us to let the community know what we're doing. And we do appreciate it. So thank you, Steve. Thank you, Leo. Thank you, everybody in the control room.
Yep.
Thank you, Roy. Thank you, Dave.
And Jeff Pickett's out there. He's also been
Jeff.
helping. Yeah.
And we hope you come. So mark your calendar, save the date, and please come.
Good. So we're not done yet. We want to share a little bit more. There's a wonderful poster for you to look at for Legally Blonde. So Christina, tell me, what is it that about playing Elwood that is so exciting for you?
I think it's just a great story. She is just such a wonderful character. Like I would want to be best friends with her. She really understands, and she goes through that transformation like we were talking about, that it's not always about what's on the outside. It's really about what's on the inside, and what you believe that you can achieve, you can. And I think that it's really important. It's important for her, and it's important for everyone just to, see that lesson and to really try to live it.
Good. Christina, tell me, when did you first start acting?
Probably high school, maybe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So
It's been a while.
it's been a while. And would you say to young people that if you want to do something like what you're doing, they should start before high school? I mean,
Well, you can really start anytime. It's just, don't be afraid of it. If you want to do something, go out and do it. Try it. If you don't like it, you don't have to come back. If you love it, then you found something you love. So, don't be afraid to try new things.
so if someone wanted to join the Little Theater of Stoughton, would you guys say, come on down and,
Come on down, audition,
yeah?
and
Just
we'll give you a
check out the
shot. Yeah.
website and find out what's coming up. Bye Bye Birdie is coming up for the next show, and I
Yeah.
think Kelly can probably tell us something about that and when auditions are going to be.
Yeah, so,
Our
good.
summer show is Bye Bye Birdie, which is a really, really great show. And it's fun, uplifting, really great summer show. It has a lot of fun music in it, and it's an all ages show. So young as 4, old as 104 or older, can come down. We are actually holding auditions on Saturday, May 31st at Stetson Hall, 6 South Main Street, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. You can find more information on our
Go to a
website.
clip. It's a terrific clip.
And yeah, it's really great if you have any interest at all, come down. Even if you don't want to be on stage, we can always use volunteers in a million different ways.
All right, so I wanted to, thank you, Kelly. What I want to do is just pick up one more clip, and we'll challenge Roy to see if he can do it, and Gina, can they do it in a count of 5, 4, 3? They did.
Oh, I think they're going to do it in less than that.
All right, we're back. We have just another minute or so. I want to
it's a good
recap.
wig, okay.
June 12th?
12th
June
at
12th
7:30,
Yep.
June 13th at 8,
at 8.
and June 15th, which is Sunday, at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. So we have 2 performances on Sunday.
Good. And do you advertise this in any other venues?
It's online.
Okay.
It's on the website. It's in the Penny Saver.
Right.
And there is a billboard on 139 that we finally put up so it'll stay. And then we will have a banner out in front of Stetson Hall.
Okay. And sort of a last question, is there any hope of being discovered by anyone that's going to put you in the
If you know
movies?
anybody,
Yeah.
we would like to be discovered, and because we need a home, we need a permanent home. So
Okay.
again, I'm putting out the plea, if anyone has a store, if they have a warehouse, they have anything that would be suitable for us to build a stage and put on shows, and they would like to get a tax deduction, please contact us. We would
right.
love it.
Okay,
Thank
well,
you.
that's great. Well, thank you very much for being on the show, everybody. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And we welcome the audience. We hope that you will come and enjoy the show. It's going to be a great show over at Stetson Hall. So thanks very much.